The Public by Anton Chekhov. Here goes, I've done with drinking. Nothing. And no thing shall tempt me to it. It's time to take myself in hand. I must buck up and work. You're glad to get your salary. So you must do your work honestly, heartily, conscientiously, regardless of sleep and comfort. Chuck, taking it easy. You've got into the way of taking a salary for nothing, my boy. That's not the right thing. Not the right thing at all. After administering to himself several such lectures, Potyagen, the head ticket collector, begins to feel an irresistible impulse to get to work. It is past 1 o'clock at night, but in spite of that he wakes the ticket collectors and with them goes up and down the railway carriages, inspecting the tickets. Tickets. PPP please. He keeps shouting, briskly snapping the clippers. Sleepy figures, shrouded in the twilight of the railway carriages, start, shake their heads, and produce their tickets. Tickets, please. Potyagen addresses a second-class passenger, a lean, scraggy-looking man, wrapped up in a fur coat and a rug and surrounded with pillows. Tickets, please. The scraggy-looking man makes no reply. He is buried in sleep. The head ticket collector touches him on the shoulder and repeats impatiently, tickets, PP please. The passenger starts, opens his eyes, and gazes in alarm at Potyagen. What? Who? You're asked in plain language. Tickets, PP please. If you please. My God! Moans the scraggy-looking man, pulling a woebegone face. Good heavens! I'm suffering from rheumatism. I haven't slept for 3 nights. I've just taken morphia on purpose to get to sleep, and you. With your tickets, it's merciless. It's inhuman. If you knew how hard it is for me to sleep, you wouldn't disturb me for such nonsense. It's cruel. It's absurd. And what do you want with my ticket? It's positively stupid. Potyagen considers whether to take offense or not, and decides to take offense. Don't shout here. This is not a tavern. No, in a tavern people are more humane. Coughs the passenger. Perhaps you'll let me go to sleep another time. It's extraordinary. I've traveled abroad, all over the place, and no one asked for my ticket there. But here you're at it again and again, as though the devil were after you. Well, you'd better go abroad again since you like it so much. It's stupid, sir. Yes. As though it's not enough killing the passengers with fumes and stuffiness and drafts. They want to strangle us with red tape, too. Damn it all. He must have the ticket. My goodness, what zeal! If it were of any use to the company. But half the passengers are traveling without a ticket. Listen, sir, cries Potyagen, flaring up. If you don't leave off shouting and disturbing the public, I shall be obliged to put you out at the next station and to draw up a report on the incident. This is revolting, exclaims the public, growing indignant. Persecuting and invalid. Listen, and have some consideration. But the gentleman himself was abusive, says Potyagen, a little scared. Very well. I won't take the ticket. As you like. Only, of course, as you know very well, it's my duty to do so. If it were not my duty, then, of course, you can ask the station master. Ask anyone you like. Potyagen shrugs his shoulders and walks away from the invalid. At first he feels aggrieved and somewhat injured. Then, after passing through 2 or 3 carriages, he begins to feel a certain uneasiness not unlike the pricking of conscience in his ticket collector's bosom. There certainly was no need to wake the invalid, he thinks, though it was not my fault. They imagine I did it wantonly, idly. They don't know that I'm bound in duty. If they don't believe it, I can bring the station master to them. The station. The train stops 5 minutes. Before the 3rd bell, Potyagen enters the same second-class carriage. Behind him stalks the station master in a red cap. This gentleman here, Potyagen begins, declares that I have no right to ask for his ticket and is offended at it. I ask you, Mr. Station Master, to explain to him. Do I ask for tickets according to regulation or to please myself? Sir, Potyagen addresses the scraggy-looking man. Sir, you can ask the station master here if you don't believe me. The invalid starts as though he had been stung, opens his eyes, and with a woebegone face sinks back in his seat. My God! I have taken another powder and only just dozed off when here he is again. Again! I beseech you have some pity on me. You can ask the station master whether I have the right to demand your ticket or not. This is insufferable. Take your ticket. Take it. I'll pay for 5 extra if you'll only let me die in peace. Have you never been ill yourself? Heartless people. This is simply persecution. A gentleman in military uniform grows indignant. I can see no other explanation of this persistence. Drop it, says the station master, frowning and pulling Podtyagin by the sleeve. Podtyagin shrugs his shoulders and slowly walks after the station master. There's no pleasing them, he thinks, bewildered. It was for his sake I brought the station master, that he might understand and be pacified, and he swears. Another station. The train stops 10 minutes. Before the second bell, while Podtyagin is standing at the refreshment bar, drinking seltzer water, 2 gentlemen go up to him, one in the uniform of an engineer, and the other in a military overcoat. Look here, ticket collector, the engineer begins, addressing Podtyagin. Your behavior to that invalid passenger has revolted all who witnessed it. My name is Pusitsky. I am an engineer, and this gentleman is a colonel. If you do not apologize to the passenger, we shall make a complaint to the traffic manager, who is a friend of ours. Gentlemen, why of course you? Podtyagin is panic-stricken. We don't want explanations, but we warn you, if you don't apologize, we shall see justice done to him. Certainly I'll apologize, of course. To be sure. Half an hour later, Podtyagin, having thought of an apologetic phrase which would satisfy the passenger without lowering his own dignity, walks into the carriage. Sir, he addresses the invalid. Listen, sir. The invalid starts and leaps up. What? What was it? You mustn't be offended. Ach, water, gasps the invalid, clutching at his heart. I just taken a 3rd dose of morphia, dropped asleep, and, again, good God, when will this torture cease? You must excuse. Oh, put me out at the next station. I can't stand any more. I am dying. This is mean, disgusting, cry the public, revolted. Go away. You shall pay for such persecution. Get away. Podtyagin waves his hand in despair, sighs, and walks out of the carriage. He goes to the attendant's compartment, sits down at the table, exhausted, and complains. Oh, the public! There's no satisfying them. It's no use working and doing one's best. One's driven to drinking and cursing it all. If you do nothing, they're angry. If you begin doing your duty, they're angry too. There's nothing for it but drink. Podtyagin empties a bottle straight off and thinks no more of work, duty, and honesty. Dear listener, we close the pages on another tale, a journey through words, imagination, and emotion. Here at the Falls Audiobook, where stories flow like a river's current, carrying you to distant worlds and uncharted depths, we thank you for joining us. As always, we invite you to linger a little longer. Subscribe to our channel to discover more stories waiting to be heard, each a cascade of voices, ideas, and artistry. And remember, every great story begins with a single word. Perhaps the next one will begin with you. Until our voices meet again, may your days be filled with quiet moments, rich pages, and the soothing sound of a story well told. This is the Falls Audiobook, signing off.